Gosh, y'all, when I say I'm literally so embarrassed by this drawer, I'm not kidding. I have a lot of things in here, and I really need to get through and navigate this drawer a little bit better than where it is now. I'll just say that because she's struggling. She's struggling to hold anything together. It's super unorganized. My perfect reality would be to separate all of my powders, my face powders, from my blushes. I would like to have them in a separate drawer specifically, but I don't have the space currently to have that separate drawer. So I do want to first off tackle my powders first. So that's going to be the first thing I do. So let me pull out all these face powders and then I'll kind of discuss everything from there. Okay, I would like to say that I'm going to make this section a little bit smaller, but y'all, I just don't know. I don't know. There's a lot here that I really do need to get through. So this is the first thing. It's just the magnetic palette. It's from Billion Dollar Beauty. So it just has this mirror, and this is where I've stored a few of my loose powders. I think some of these were from Jane Iredale at the time. This is from Kat Von D. These two are Jane Iredale. This is just, actually, this is one of the highlighters from Billion Dollar Beauty. And then that's just a powder blush from Billion Dollar Beauty. I just unfortunately don't have like a smaller sized magnetic palette to put these in with like my blusher highlighter collection at the moment. So they're kind of just stuck in this palette in like a limbo and they never get used, which really sucks because they're actually like a really pretty color, both of them. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to put this aside. I don't even know if I'm being completely honest, I'm probably not going to use any of these magnetic powders. So in the grand scheme of things, I can't even get it off. Like, can I? Two. And this is from the Kat Von D palette. I'm just gonna actually put this back in the Kat Von D palette. These I can pitch. I'm not going to use these powders. I would just buy like a compact. So this palette I can actually think about putting somewhere else. I might put it with my blushes now so that it's out of the way. This powder from Bare Minerals, this is funky looking. This was like ultra white on me, and I'm a fair girl. I'm fair, but this was just like powerful. I don't know what this stuff is. I don't think I've ever seen that before. What is, you see that? What is that stuff? I have no idea what any of that is. That's a little weird. I've never seen that before. I don't know how I feel about that. This isn't that old. I've only had it for a year. But That's odd. Doesn't smell. I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna have to put this aside. It has weird like bumps on it that I've never seen before, so that kind of freaks me out. Okay, this is this Catrice loose banana powder. I've totally finished this up. I actually really liked this loose powder, but I use this stuff every day. The powder that I have in it now is not from Catrice because I had finished it up. I have been putting the Revolution Beauty, which one is this? The Super Matte Fix powder. Did I stick it on the bottom of this container? Translucent baking powder, Revolution Beauty translucent baking powder in here, because I absolutely hate this packaging. I can't ever get anything out of it. I think it's ridiculous. So I've been dumping it into this container because I'm too lazy to do it any other way. So I'm definitely keeping this, they go hand in hand. This is a Flower Beauty setting powder, and it's actually a satin finishing powder. I don't understand. Ooh, I'm making a mess. I don't understand the whole satin aspect of it, but I've had it forever, and I never, ever, ever want to reach for it. So I think, you know, because of that, I'm more than happy to get rid of this one. And I have powder everywhere. Next up is the Pretty Vulgar, the Powder Room Translucent Setting Powder. I actually don't really know how I feel about this stuff. It's pretty finely milled, but I feel like it's very, very drying on the base. So I'm gonna have to put this aside as well. Come back to it later. I don't know. I have had it for so long, and when I get other powders in my collection, I don't reach for this one. I reach for literally anything else. So, you know what? Maybe just because of that, I'll get rid of it. It's like, it is a really like drying powder, and that's, you know, half of my issue with it. Okay, this is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. This was one of my favorites. It's drugstore. I have it in the shade Fair Light. It's a really good shade. I actually could go maybe even a shade lighter now, but this is like the most smoothing looking powder on my skin personally, so I'm definitely keeping this. I know Becca isn't a brand anymore, but this is their Light Shifter Finishing Veil, and I really just like this for light dustings of powder. This isn't mold or anything. It's just because I was using like a sponge, like a wet sponge, so because I'm stupid. But yeah, it's a really pretty powder. I do want to get my uses out of it, so I am going to keep that one. And this one from Giorgio Armani kind of has the same type of effect. This is the Luminous Silk Glow Fusion Powder, and it does have this like glowy like sheen to it. And I noticed that while I don't reach for these nearly as much, I do want to try and incorporate them into some of my, daily day-to-day looks that I do, just to get the use out of them. This one is brand new. I just purchased this one a few months ago. It's from Prada Beauty. It is their green setting powder. I think it actually has a specific name. Prada Reset Rebalancing Setting Powder, and mine's in the shade green. It's a really beautiful powder. It is ultra finely milled, and it has that like green hue, but it's light enough that it doesn't come off that way. If you are looking for a green setting powder, this is a really good one. It honestly has like a creaminess to it where it almost feels like a creamy powder, if that makes sense. It's a really, really pretty formula. I like that one a lot. Okay, these are two that I have from KVD Beauty. This is one of my all-time favorite pressed powders. If it is still something you can purchase, I highly, highly recommend it. It is their Lock-It Blotting Powder. I have this one in the shade Light, and it is so finely milled, and it just makes... I've been holding on to it and like slowly using it because I'm terrified that they're going to, you know, not bring it back. I don't know if it's still available. If it is, I highly recommend it. This is such a good product. One of my all-time favorites. Yeah, keeping it for sure. This one I have a love-hate relationship with. While I love the formula, and it's a really full coverage powder foundation. This is the KVD Lock-It Powder Foundation. I have it in the shade Medium 52, and I think that's where my mistakes were made. I think this is an extremely dark foundation for me. Yeah, I just think it's too dark. I honestly have used a lot of it, so I feel like at this point in time, I probably do feel comfortable just getting rid of it. It is really, really old. This is a little sample. I have it in the shade 2 Medium. It's the Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder from Charlotte Tilbury. It is the wrong shade. I've hit pan in it because I was trying to, but it's the absolute wrong shade for me. So I'm just gonna declutter it. This one is the Luxury Banana Baking Powder from Makeup Revolution. Again, I'm going to keep this. I actually really enjoy these baking powders. They're pretty good. So I'm going to keep this one. This is another powder foundation. It's the Yensa Super Serum Silk Powder Foundation. I have it in the shade Fair 3. It's, again, one of those like ultra full coverage powder foundations. And I think because of that, it looks very stark on my face when I, you know, go in with like a dense brush. But when I go in with a really like fluffy thick brush, it adds just a nice veil of color on my face and doesn't look so stark white, which is how I had been using this. So I have been enjoying it for the small amount of time I've had it. Gonna keep that one. This is from L'Oreal. It's their Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation in a powder. This is the shade 140 Golden Beige. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. I literally don't know what I was thinking. I am not that color. I think I can part ways with this. And it's so affordable. You know, this is a really good powder foundation, but like this is what I'm talking about. It's such an affordable product. I can buy it again. If I love it that much, I'll buy it in the shade that matches me. So I'm gonna let go of this. Okay. I'm still kind of concerned about this. I've seen powders do this before, and I don't think it's mold. I don't know, man. That is just so weird. Is that mold? Does that look like mold? Or am I just being a baby? That looks like weird to me. I didn't love it enough to want to keep it. I think because I don't know if this actually is mold on it, I'm okay with parting ways with it. So I'm gonna get rid of it. Holy smokes. I got rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full-size powders, a mini, 2 magnetic ones, and then this one I'm gonna put back in the KVD palette. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm keeping how many? I can fit them all in the same container. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can fit my entire powder collection in one little container. I've never been able to do this, so that is really exciting for me. I'm actually really happy about that because part of me has been really interested in getting that ube color from Huda Beauty. I'm still holding off on not getting it because I have all of these to get through still. So yeah, I'm keeping 6, 9 and getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm keeping 9 and I'm getting rid of 9. Keeping 9, getting rid of 9. So proud of myself, you guys. Yay, that's probably the best declutter you're gonna see so far. So thank you for watching the powder declutter. Like I said, either this is going to be a video on its own or it's going to go in the video with my foundations, serum, or foundations, primers, mists, all those things. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. That'll be my blushes drawer because she's sitting right there. I'm about to do her now. Bye.